In this video, we'll be solving this system. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is check that the moduli are pairwise coprime. So we're going to take the GCD of each of the pairs. So we're going to take first GCD of 7 and 11, 7 and 17, and then finally 11 and 17. Notice that we're taking GCDs of all prime numbers. So the GCD of prime numbers is just 1. So since all GCDs are 1, they are pairwise coprime. The next step will involve us calculating the moduli product, which will just take the 3 moduli and multiply them to get 1,309. The next step is to calculate the BIs. So B1 is going to be the product that we just calculated to be 1,309, and we're going to divide it by the first modulus. And we get 187. B2 will do the same thing, but now we're going to divide it by the second modulus. And then B3 will be dividing by the third modulus. We know that X is going to be of the form A1 times B1 times M1 plus etc. So we're going to calculate, or we're going to plug in what we know. So A1 is 5, A2 is 6, and A3 is 14. So we plug that in here. B1, B2, B3 we just calculated. So all that's left is for us to calculate M1, M2, and M3. Okay, now we're going to come up with 3 equations that we need to solve for. The first one being 7x1 plus 187m1, 7 being the modulus, 187 being B1. And then the other one is 11x2 plus 119m2 is 1. So here is 11. This is 119. And then finally we have 17x3 plus 77m3 is equal to 1. Okay. So in order to solve each one of these, we have to use Euclid's algorithm. So we're going to start with 187. And we see, okay, how many times does 7 go into 187? It goes in 26, remainder 5. So we're just going to keep moving or shifting it over. So now the 7 replaces the 187. The 5 replaces the 7 to get that. And then notice the 5 and the 2 get shifted over here. Okay. All right, so we do that until we get remainder 0. And now we want to work backwards. So we start with 1. We solve for 1, and then involves subtracting 2 times 2. So 1 is 5 minus 2 times 2. And then we solve for this 2. Over here, we just subtract 7 minus 5. Simplify. And then we substitute 5. So we solve for 5 over here by subtracting 7 times 26. That's this guy over here. Simplify. And get that M1 is 3. Okay, M1 is being multiplied by 187, and that is 3. Okay, similarly, we're going to do the same thing with 11x2 plus 119m2 equals 1. Use Euclid's algorithm. Go through all the steps. And get that M2 is 5. Okay, last equation. We have 17x3 plus 77m3 is 1. Go through Euclid's algorithm first, and then go backwards to get M3 is 2. Okay, now we want to put it together. So far we had x being this, and we wanted to calculate M1, M2, M3. So that's what we just found by using Euclid's algorithm. M1 was 3, M2 was 5, M3 is 2. Plug those in, simplify. We get x as 8,531. But now we want to simplify this even further. So we're going to take this mod 1,309, and we want to find the remainder. So what this says is 8,531 is equivalent to another number, mod 1,309. So that number is 677. And that is our final answer.